Yo, yo, yo. What it do? High value family. High value basketball. We back at it again, man. Yo, let's talk about this Brooklyn Nets roster real quick. Quick roster breakdown for how they're currently constructed as of the Markieff Morris trade. So we are still a couple of months before the season. We'll actually take that back. We're about 44, 43 days before the start of the 2022-2023 season. Of course, we're at the end of the Kevin Durant trade saga, our no trade saga, and we have what looks like, of course, there might be some more player movement after this video, but as of today, it looks like we've got a pretty good outlook on what the team's gonna be. So let's check out the depth chart and see what this team really looking like. Is this a championship level team? Is Durant on the team he needs to get it done? Let's see. So checking it out here, we're just gonna read right through it. Then we'll get into the positions. See, we got Royce O'Neal, T.J. Warren, Blake Griffin, Edward Summer, David Duke Jr., of course, Kevin Durant, Patty Mills, Bill Simmons, Kyrie Irving, Joe Harris, Kessler Edwards, Yuta Watanabe, Day'Ron Sharp, LaMarcus Aldridge, Cam Thomas, Seth Curry, Alondris Williams, and Markieff Morris. So, yeah, man, we got to see how this squad breaks down with the names they have. As far as the staple of names are concerned, those are some pretty decent household names that we carving up here. So, I mean, just off name status, I would say this is for sure a second round team. Of course, they got to get all of their act together because we see what happened last year. But for sure, at least the second round team just off of the strength of Durant. But let's actually break it down. Let's look at the guards. So the staple of guards, we got Edward Sumer, we got David Duke Jr., Patty Mills. Then we've got Kyrie, of course. We got Joe Harris and Seth Curry, and then Alondris Williams. So those are the ones and the twos. Of course, we got Kyrie starting. We'll probably have Joe Harris starting. So already off the bat, even though that's a good offensive, with the dribbling and the shooting, boy, that is a terrible defense up front, yo. Can't even lie. That defense is hella shaky. So I don't know how they plan on tightening that up. They lost Bruce Brown. Of course, he was their guard center because that dude played so big. He had a pretty good intensity on the floor. So I don't see any intensity on the defensive end of the ball as far as these guards are concerned. So that definitely is something to look out for. Unless, of course, they launch the Ben Simmons, situation on there because I don't really see how it happens on the depth chart. Because I mean, you got what? You got Kyrie Irving actually starting at the point, but then when Kyrie Irving goes out, well, not so bad. When Kyrie Irving goes out for starting at the point, you do have Patty Mills to be that second guard. So Patty Mills can be a 75% approximation of Kyrie. So that is the same offense, no defense situation. But then, like I said, when we get to those two guards, boy, those dudes are defensive doormats. So definitely no real dope wing defenders. So looks like the forward spot is really gonna have to try to tighten up and see what the defense could do because at the forward spot it's actually looking halfway decent. They got Royce O'Neal, they got T.J. Warren, Bubble T.J. Like I say, to the basket, close to the basket. They got Blake Griffin. Of course, we got KD, so KD can double up on a little bit of rim protection. We saw him do that with the Warriors. What else? Then of course we got the wild card, Ben Simmons. Now, of course, Ben Simmons, he can plug a lot of the holes defensively, but he can't do everything. So that's a little bit, where we get the concern from. Um, then who else? Kessler Edwards. I mean, I don't know about that. That's not too much of a big deal. And then of course LaMarcus Aldridge and Markieff Morris. So, at the forwards, um, the forwards are actually halfway decent. I know T.J. Warren isn't necessarily a defensive ace, but he is a willing body. He can move his feet, and of course, offensively, if given the right opportunity, the dude could put on a show. So I mean, with this type of squad, I could see him. You know, could he be a part of that starting five? Like, see what we got Kyrie at the one. I mean, shoot, yeah, we got Kyrie at the one, T.J. Warren at the two. Of course, Kevin Durant at the three. Um, what maybe Ben Simmons at the 4, Nick Claxton at the 5. That may not be the starting 5, but that definitely is a rotation 5. Like, see if T.J. Warren can come in off the bench, maybe. If if they want more shooting, take out T.J. Warren and replace him with Steph Curry or Joe Harris. But like I say, body wise and defensively wise, they may have to see how that works. Toss it up. I could definitely see them tinkering with the lineup a little bit so they could try to maximize as much defense to offense and try to get the right rotations. Because again, that two guard situation on the backcourt, man, I tell you, those dudes are gonna be doormats. So that's something to watch out for. But then we got the centers. See, at the center spot, we probably would really have like Markieff Morris probably filling a little bit at the center. Um, but we have, where is he? Yeah, Radon Sharp and Nick Claxton. So, of course, who all have been watching the last couple seasons, Nick Claxton got the moves, man. Nick Claxton definitely could put up some decent numbers, both offensively as a lob guy and defensively. He definitely can guard the rim pretty well. So, I mean, at the rim level, I think they could be pretty stout because you'll have Nick Claxton there, you'll have Kevin Durant there, and you'll have Ben Simmons there. So that kind of at the basket, and as far as kind of being decent wing defenders, yeah, wing and basket defending, I think Brooklyn will actually be all right with the combination of Claxton, um, and say KD and Ben Simmons. I think the three of them could actually have a nice, healthy, defensive lockdown situation going. It's just at those guard spots we got to see. So, but otherwise, though, I mean, that's a pretty halfway decent team. I mean, think about the Eastern Conference matchups. Like I say, if they want to go small and go with shooting, let's see, they could probably outshoot Philadelphia. They could probably outshoot um, Milwaukee. They could probably outshoot what is that? The Celtics, and most definitely they could outshoot Miami. Again, that's shooting though. So these dudes definitely could put the ball in the basket, but defensively, are they as tough as Miami? Because Miami's pretty tough. Defensively, do they have, good deep rotations like the Celtics? Because them Celtics rotations are ridiculous. Like say for the Bucks, do they have anything to actually answer Giannis? Of course, KD is like a 1-for-1 answer. Two different play styles, but just as far as what they offer on the team, that is a 1-for-1. But what about that supporting cast? Can Kyrie get past Drew Holiday in his defense? Can Bubble TJ show up? What about Ben Simmons? Like, will the pressure make him buckle again and he goes to throwing weird passes and stuff? Because I mean, that would be one heck of a matchup to see him going up against Giannis. Will him going up against Giannis intimidate him, or will it actually bring out the little bit of beast that he does have? Because I've seen him go beast mode. So there's that matchup. What else here? Like I say, Philadelphia, I don't really think stands a chance, to be very honest. Of course, they've got Joel Embiid, but like I say, by committee, I ain't even say let Joel Embiid just kind of do his thing. I do think though that by committee they could shut down James Harden, put Ben Simmons on James Harden, and let him go to flopping. Let's see how that goes. uh, but yeah, I do think that at bare minimum, this Brooklyn Nets team is a second round out. I definitely could see them in the Eastern Conference Finals if the team gels correctly and Ben Simmons, being the X factor that he is, actually shows up. I can see him playing a very interesting defensive role. Being at the rim, being in the lane, doing those fast breaks at 6'11". I'm 6'11", dribbling up the ball, fast breaks, playing somewhat of a Draymond Greenish kind of role, and allowing Kyrie and KD to just go clean off. So I do feel like if they gel and if they get the right offensive cohesion together, they have to play something like a Warriors style of basketball. A lot of ball movement, not a lot of on ball situation. Like I said, maybe on ball for Ben Simmons because he's the non-shooter playing that Draymond Green kind of role. But yeah, Kyrie Irving can't be doing all of that super duper dribbling all over the court. He gotta get off the ball a little bit and getting a little bit of his catch and shoot back. I say KD just needs to be KD, but everybody else does need an opportunity to get their hands on the ball, so that they can see what happens. So I do believe that this Brooklyn Nets team, as far as regular season is concerned, I can see them, 50 games, As long as nothing goes crazy, like I said, top 3 seed. I give them a top 3 seed, and Western Conference Finals as their ceiling. I'm giving them Western Conference Finals as their ceiling. I don't see them as a championship team because they just, I don't know, too many head cases, man. We got to see them show up. But on paper, Eastern Conference Finals, like I say, second round guaranteed. High value basketball, family. Love y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all later.